$1.99 oil change. And we're set to go 35 laps for the Napa Street Stocks. Green flag is out. Jason Holder, the pole starter, is the early race leader with Bill Ashton in car 35 challenging. Aaron Minjock is to the outside of Holder now, and he's got a run on the leader. 2 by 2, the first 4 make it first 6 cars. Headed to the stripe to complete lap number 1. Aaron Minjock very close to the outside retaining wall, but maintains his position just inches out of the lead with Jason Holder to his inside. Bill Ashton, oh, we were nearly 3 wide in turn 4. Now Ashton climbing into second and right to the rear bumper of Jason Holder. Those 2 drivers are long-time street stock competitors. Aaron Minjock with just a couple of seasons under his belt after climbing out of the Chargers. Drifting high on the speedway is Minjock. He will lose 2 positions and gather it up before he hits the scoring line on lap 3.
Who's your best friend?
Still 3 wide as Minjock needs to get down a lane with the 34 car. Dustin Blank storms by. Andrew Kostelnik storms by. And up front, the leaders are bumper to bumper coming out of turn 4. Bill Ashton in 35, Jason Holder in 74. Contact entering turn 1. Both drivers continue on. Tom Knight Sr. is now in 3rd, but Teddy Gabala in car 3 looks to make a pass. Gabala, the only 2-time winner in this division. He is to the outside of Knight and will take away the 3rd spot as Ashton has a terrific run on Holder into turn 1. Ashton spiked the brake pedal to avoid contact. A gentleman move there as he could have taken the lead here on lap 5. But those 2 veterans know how to handle their Napa Street Stocks. Green flag stays out. Gabala gaining on the lead duo from 3rd. Knight in 4th, Blank in 5th. And we got a problem coming out of turn 4. Scott Aiello has a mechanical problem in the 00. That car is broken a rear end perhaps as the wheels are shifting under that body. Perhaps it's just a flat tire, and it is. The left rear tire has gone flat. It looked like it shifted the entire axle as he came out of turn 4. And Aiello, whose team told me earlier this season they had problems with body work digging into the rubber, he cuts down a left rear tire here on lap 6 of 35. Sean Phillips, the former champion in 31 and 6, defending champion, Dick Colarusso in 7th, and we're green. Ashton challenging Holder for the lead, while Gabala challenges Ashton for 2nd. Holder with a car length and maybe a half advantage at the scoring line on lap 7, and Ashton so fast in turns 1 and 2 each lap there. He pulls right under the rear spoiler of Holder. Then in turn 4, Holder is able to increase his lead by about half a car length each lap. Look at Sean Phillips in car 31 in his first start of the season, closing in on the lead trio. Gabala in 3 up front now. Nearly had the 2nd position pass completed just a second ago. He's door to door with Ashton on the front straight. There's action happening all over this speedway, but the battle for 2nd right now rages on, just a car length away from rear bumper of Jason Holder, the leader. It's not an official change for position till they reach the scoring line, so let's see if Gabala can inch the bumper ahead of Ashton as they begin to work lap number 10, and he does. Gabala is now in 2nd place, but only by inches, then makes a miscue in turns 1 and 2. Gabala drifts up the banking, and Ashton is back in 2nd spot all by himself. So much action happening everywhere on this speedway right now. Sean Phillips, who was up to 4th, he made a miscue. He's back now to 5th with Tom Knight Sr. in 4th. Lead battle is still intense as well. Now without the threat of Gabala stealing 2nd position, can Ashton mount a more significant challenge? So race leader Holder in car 74. Working lap number 12 of 35, and car number 35 might have tried a little bit too hard to get under Holder that time. Gibala may be back to the second position where he was a few laps ago as Holder continues to lead. And indeed, by now, a full car length, Gibala is the runner-up over Ashton. Sean Phillips reclaims the fourth position from Tom Knight Sr., but the top three drivers are about 10 car lengths ahead of Phillips, with Ashton and Gibala still trying to determine who should take up chase of Jason Holder. Holder's number 74 car has been loose handling throughout much of 2010, so much so that the car's often hung out sideways as he approaches the straightaways. He's avoided any kind of an incident on his own so far in 2010, despite dirt tracking the car so often. Tonight, on what other drivers have described as a slick racetrack in Victory Lane, Holder's car seems to be handling better than it has all year. Gibala and Ashton right there with the leader. Holder, the race leader, over Gibala and Ashton, and Phillips once again joins this battle to make it 4 cars strong on lap 16. And we got a problem on the front straight. Dink Colarusso had a serious problem and gets tagged lightly by Tom Durdovich, who was on the brakes all the way out of turn 4. I didn't see what happened to Colarusso, but the car was making figure eights down the front straight, some kind of steering issue or front suspension problem for the driver who has a single victory this year after being the dominating winner of 2009. 15 of 35 laps completed. Jason Holder leading Teddy Gibala, Bill Ashton, Sean Phillips, and Tom Knight. Ashton loses about a car length on that restart, and Gibala immediately looks to challenge Holder. We'll see if that caution flag was what the race leader needed to cool off his tires. Gibala very close to the rear bumper of Holder now, and we got a challenge for third. Sean Phillips in 31, trading paint with the 35 of Ashton in turn number 2. Phillips pulls away with the third position now. It's Gibala in second, Holder, the race leader, and the new driver in third is Sean Phillips. And look at this fight for the lead into turn number 1. Lap 18 of 35. And Gibala is planted to the inside of Jason Holder for the race lead. The crown jewel event for the Napa Auto Parts Street Stocks. Sean Phillips has quickly reeled in the lead duo. At the line, the new race leader by a fender on lap 19 is Teddy Gibala. But Holder not giving up yet, and Phillips right there with him. 3-car fight for the lead. Just past the midpoint of this extra distance special event for the Napa Auto Parts Street Stocks. Phillips now goes side by side with Holder and takes over second position. Gibala has 2 feature wins this season. Phillips has only 1 start in 2010, and that's tonight with a heat race win. Holder not falling too far back, but now feeling the pressure of Bill Ashton in 35. Three wide on the back straight, battling for the 6th position there. Scott Aiello is storming back up through this field. He has passed Aaron Minjock, he has passed Tom Knight, and now Knight trying to squeeze the bottom closed, but Minjock finds the opening and moves through. Andrew Kostelnik, also a driver marching up from a pit stop. He is now right near the rear bumper of Tom Knight Sr. Aiello could be the fastest car on the racetrack, as he is now in 6th position and closing quickly on the 94 of Dustin Blank. You've got to wonder, however, if a body panel blew out that left rear tire. Is that tire in jeopardy of being pierced once again before we reach lap 35? Teddy Gibala is the race leader. At the scoring line, we begin working lap 24. And Sean Phillips is closing in on the race leader. He's closing in rather slowly, but gaining nonetheless on Gibala. Phillips, the former division champion, who's had a string of bad luck occurrences on Motordrome opening nights going back 3 or 4 straight years. He recovered from an opening night disaster to win that championship in '08. His car caught fire in an early afternoon practice session here in April of 2010, and this is his first night back at the Speedway. It's the biggest event of the year for his division. He won his heat, he's now in second, and on lap 26, he may now be losing ground to Gibala as that interval is either holding steady or perhaps growing for the young Coulter, Pennsylvania driver. Challenge for 5th now as Aiello in the 00 moves in on the 94 of Dustin Blank. Blank, comfortable in the middle groove of the Speedway, frees up the inside lane for Aiello. And Aiello takes his HP Motorsports entry to the bottom, then slides the car through turn 1 and 2. Blank will hang on to the position here on lap 27. Headed into turn 3, will Aiello try again on the bottom? Not enough to make a run for 5th position just yet at the line, or does he? No, it will be Blank by still a car length at the scoring line. In front of this pair, it's Ashton in 35 and Holder in 74, separated by about 2 or 3 car lengths. Then coming out of turn 4, Phillips has again closed on the race leader, Teddy Gibala. In turn 1, the leaders approach the 03 of Terry Schwartz, the female rookie competitor. Out of harm's way. Phillips lost about a car length there in moving around Schwartz. And now at the scoring line, 5 laps to go. Gibala, the only repeat winner, looking to become now the only 2-time consecutive winner for his 3rd win of the season, which would be in this crown jewel event for the Napa Street Stocks. Phillips had closed that advantage down to only about a car length a couple laps ago. Gibala has increased it after moving around the Schwartz car. Keep in mind, a caution flag would mean a double file restart with just 3 or 4 laps to go. Phillips may have gained a car length that time. Closes in just a little in turn 3, does Phillips. And now with 3 laps to go, it appears to be a 3-car length advantage for Gibala. Aiello has climbed into 5th, making the pass of Dustin Blank. But up front, the youngest driver in the street stock field, setting a blistering pace with 2 laps to go. And Gibala in car number 3, after his first win was a hard-fought victory. Last week, he had a dominating performance, winning his heat and obliterating the feature field. And here tonight in this extra distance event, running away from a former track champion, Sean Phillips, here on the final lap. Coulter, Pennsylvania's Teddy Gibala in car number 3 out of turn 4 will win the biggest event of the season for the Napa Street Stocks over Sean Phillips. Jason Holder crossing the line for 3rd over Bill Ashton and Scott Aiello.